Hey, bookworms of Concord. As you can see above me, this is my review on Woom. Let's see. Well, I'll just begin with telling you what it's about. It has it's a really simple plot. Okay, where a man named Angel is staying in room 6 at the Lonely Motel, and he orders an obese prostitute to tell extremely dark stories to, almost all of which took place in the same room they were staying in. If I say anything about why he's telling her these stories, it'll just give too much away. So that's all I'll say about it. But this was my first splatterpunk or extreme horror novel. It's short enough to read in one day, which I did. This edition is 129 pages, and the print's pretty big. So, yeah. It's just funny because if you were to go to my channel, I just posted today as well. It's almost 1 a.m., so technically yesterday. I just posted my review on Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson, and then I read this as a short break in between and finished it in not even a day, just a couple hours. But so with it being splatterpunk or extreme horror, this is a subgenre of horror, obviously, that I hadn't even heard about until a couple months ago. So if you haven't heard of the subgenre of splatterpunk either, then this is not a story for people with a weak constitution. Okay, it is absolutely messed up. All right, much of the plot was quite predictable, but it did accomplish what I thought it would. I read it because every horror book I've read so far haven't been quite horrific enough to horrify or disgust me. But Woom definitely accomplished that for me. Okay. There are a lot of times I just threw my head back like, what the heck did I just read? And it was slightly difficult to read on just because of how gross some of the parts were. So yeah, it accomplished that for me without a doubt. So just don't read this unless you have the stomach for the absolutely despicable. Okay, I cannot stress that enough for you. I'm not very surprised I made it through the book. I've always known I've had a strong constitution, so I figured I'd make it through it. But it accomplished what just normal horror books haven't for me, which is horrifying and disgusting me to some extent. But this did that to the nth degree. But as messed up as it is, now I know I can deal with splatterpunk. And I know this won't be the last extreme horror book that I'll read, unfortunately. Yeah, that's all I got to say about this. Okay, bye.